Alright you guys, here I've got a video made for you. We are going today to be going through some office stretches or stretches you can do in your life, outside, wherever you are in your day. You're feeling tight, you want to let those muscles go, but you don't have the floor space or the ability to get down on the floor to do them. We can still stretch your entire body this way. So with that, we're going to get started in our raise and the promotion stretch. So putting one hand up on the wall, we want to push into that hand and think about pushing our armpit, push your shoulder towards the wall as you're pulling your hips away. So we're making the space from my hand to my hip as long as possible. Really getting that nice stretch into the lats and through your armpit. Really effective on days that we've had pull-ups to open that space back up. From here then, you can think about putting your hand on the wall to pull your body weight this way. This is great when we've had push-ups or a chest day. Stretching now from the wrist across through your chest to the center of your chest here. With that stretch, we're going to make it even bigger by coming through a full range of motion squat here. So at the bottom, I feel the stretch come right into my armpit, through my whole pec and through to the center of my chest, and then coming all the way back up, getting right nice and deep into that engagement. Second, from here, we can put both hands on the wall. Now this is our hooker stretch. This is a tough one to do if you have people around, so be aware that you probably want a little more privacy for this one. We're going to take a nice wide stance fairly far away from the wall. From here we're pushing our hips back and dropping our shoulders down, getting that big stretch all the way from my wrists now into my armpits and through my core, and even getting a little bit of a compressive stretch into my middle back and hopefully even stretching those hamstrings and glutes. Our last one here that we can do using the wall specifically is going to help us stretch our legs. So using the wall for balance now, we can come into our quad stretch. So bringing that heel up to your glute, pull your knee back to deepen that stretch and really max out all that beautiful elongation through the front of your thigh. To reverse this one, we can come up this way, pulling the hamstring open all the way through your glute. Now if that's not enough pressure with just one arm, we can lean against the wall and get both hands into it. That's also going to help us maximize our compression through the hip flexors, which is going to feel really good when you let it go. So dropping that down. Then for me, I'm going to use my opposite leg for this one, pulling the knee across my body, getting that big stretch down that IT band on the outside of my forward leg. Working now into the inside of the legs, we're going to take a nice wide stance, push your hips back, drop into one knee, and get that beautiful stretch now on the inside of this lateral lunge. Getting as deep as you can. If you need more balance, you can put your hands down. Either way, we're coming through that stretch, keeping those hips back, weights in the heels, big stretch on the inside. Nice and strong. Good. Coming up from that, we'll move into our calf stretch. So bringing our heel nice and close to the wall, as close as you can get it. Toes lean against. And then we're pushing up and in. So really helping get that whole back of the calf stretched out. And again, making sure we're repeating on both sides. From here, we have our shoulder squeeze, so bringing both shoulders together, pressing the chest up towards the ceiling, big compressive stretch for the spine and shoulders, and then releasing forward to help relax those spinal bones and get you lots of space inside the shoulders, especially after a hard or during a hard day at work. Coming controlled back up to center. From here, we'll work into our tricep stretch, so stretching through the back. We want to try and drop your hands down as far as they'll go, really maximizing our stretch to those triceps. And last one that should feel really good, especially if you work in an office environment, is stretching our forearms. So from here, we're pushing into our pointer finger and trying to get our fingers as close to our arm as we can as we dig into that stretch. Again, on both sides. On your desk, on the flat part of your desk, I'm going to use this ball as an example, we can do the same stretch, pushing those fingers. So this would be on the top of your desk, stretching those forearms out. Last one here is our half moon. This is one we do a lot in class. So bringing both hands up, reaching towards the ceiling and dropping into one side. Stretching the whole side, getting that nice compression here, back through center and over to the other side. Really trying to let as much space come into that stretch as we can, releasing those ribs, which have done a lot of the breathing for you, especially if you've been having a hard or stressful day. So coming all the way back through and over. Last here, we're going to come back to center, take a little lean back, compressing the spine so we can open those hands and open the spine back up again. Now once we're down here, I want you to think about keeping your legs straight and pulling. Pull your forehead towards your knees. One day those two are going to get together in a party. From here then, we'll take a little relax, arms hang heavy, chin stays tucked towards your chest. You're going to wiggle those arms out to help elongate those lats even more. Take a deep breath here to expand the ribs. Feels so good to breathe upside down. Then we're going to straighten those legs out, bring the weight back into your heels, keep your chin tucked, and start rolling your way back up to standing, resetting every vertebrae into perfect alignment, giving yourself a big heads up, big high five for the day, rolling those shoulders back to finish. And you should be good to go. Enjoy.